I think addiction is a big lie. I think addiction is our way of not growing up, of not taking responsibility for our lives, of saying we can't handle what's going on. And in fact, most people, when that addiction is addressed, when it's actually challenged, they will be able to do it. So in saying I have no control over this thing, I mean, it's different for everyone, and I don't want to generalize about addiction, because it is on some level a sickness, but on some level it's also choice. It's one of those very odd things in humanity. It's not like a disease. You know, a disease is a sickness you get which is going to kill you, or which we can cure you with certain things. You can't necessarily do that with addiction. So what exactly addiction is depends on who you're speaking to and how they're planning to deal with it. And of course, addiction isn't always a negative thing. There are very positive addictions as long as they don't get out of control. An addiction to good, healthy food, an addiction to having access to regular exercise but not overdoing it, an addiction to telling the truth, saying what you really mean, can all be positive addictions, but taken too far, they then can become negative addictions. So that line of where an addiction becomes a negative thing and a positive thing can be a very, very fine line that a lot of people are unable to really make the distinction between.
I have a very, very addictive personality, and I'm quite sure that if I wasn't, I think there's another bit of my personality that's quite fearful. I think I'm quite frightened of losing self-control, and I think that because of that fear, although I sometimes don't like that fear, I think that fear is really useful, because I think it stops me having an addiction to drugs or alcohol, or yeah, I think I could get addicted to drugs. I think I've got an addictive personality, but I think my fear is really good, because it stops me ever going down that road. So I never have gone down that road. I've hardly ever tried any drugs because I'm too scared. And I think I am quite obsessive, so in terms of addictive behaviour that's about other things like collecting something, or just getting caught up in, I don't know, a computer game or buying something. I think I recognise that I get very fixated on things, which I guess is a form of addictive behaviour.
I wouldn't. Yeah, no, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go on camera actually, because I think. I think it's personal.
I do have an addiction. I'm not proud of it. And a lot of people in this country won't understand it. It's an addiction to peanut butter.
Only caffeine. I feel myself getting sucked into Facebook more than I probably ought. But other than that, nothing outrageous.
But I think I'm quite a controlling personality, so if I get worried about being addicted to something, I try and make sure that I stop it, apart from in the case of chocolate.
I think I don't, maybe this is a lie, but I'd say I smoke, I'm a smoker, but I'd say I wasn't addicted.
Chocolate.
Yeah. You going to expand on that?
No.